Hey guys, ShootThatZombie here with our very first podcast. If you've ever been around with any nerdy friends, you know you sit around and talk about nothing at all. So that's what we're doing. We're recording. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm here with my co-host Brianna. Say hi, Brianna.
Hi, guys.
And we're here with our fellow greasy friends. Guys, take a chance to introduce yourself.
This is Matthias, aka House of 47.
My name is John, aka Stag, aka Ocelot, aka the Stag.
I'm Ralston, aka Izzy. You already know, Green Lantern all day.
And we're here today because we got nothing better to do with our lives, nothing productive to contribute to society. And the first question we're going to ask, which I'm pretty sure you guys have on your mind, how do you feel knowing Ben Affleck is Batman after seeing his performance in Daredevil?
It's the greatest thing ever. Fuck that.
You know what? To be honest, I have to give him a chance. Like people doubt him constantly, and they're like, "Oh, this guy, he's not gonna do it." But judging from that trailer, he's got a lot going for him, and I do support it. I support it.
Batfleck.
Is that how?
Batfleck.
That's all that needs to be said.
Batfleck, nigga.
Batfleck.
Nah. First and foremost, before y'all even attempt to come at the god, alright, we need to break this down. I thought it was a great decision considering the
How so?
Considering the direction they were going to, at least with the actors.
Yo.
The top 3 actors that they wanted for Batman and Batman v Superman was, if I'm not mistaken, John Hamm from Mad Men, Josh Brolin, who declined to do.
Josh Brolin should have been it, man.
But he already turned it. He had to turn it down.
Josh
to Thanos.
Brolin was Batman. He would be fucking up Superman with
Was
a
he
hammer.
contractually obligated to turn it down or something?
Well, not contractually obligated. Probably contract. Not scheduling conflicts. I'm sorry. Probably schedule conflicts and shit like that. You know, that's a fucking mess and a half. So like having Ben Affleck will be great. Affleck will be great in my opinion because I think Ben Affleck can be the closest one to meet the qualifications of a good Batman and Bruce Wayne at the same time.
No.
Let me break it down.
Josh Brolin, especially as the Dark Knight Returns Batman,
yeah.
Josh Brolin would have been a better fit. He has a jaded look to him. He has a fucking voice down.
He looks older.
Exactly. He looks older. He looks like he's seen some shit. When I look at Ben Affleck, this is a guy who's disgruntled because he's waiting too long at Starbucks.
Val Kilmer.
Like he waited way too long at Starbucks. That's why he.
Here's what's gonna happen in fucking Batman versus Superman. Fucking Batman's gonna be talking to Superman like fucking Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in fucking Good Will Hunting. And this fucking Batman's gonna be like, Clark, if I see you here in 5 years and you're still doing the same shit, I'm gonna kill you myself. And that's what happens when he's in the robot suit.
Ben Affleck will go to Alfred. Ben Affleck
people.
Ben Affleck's gonna go to Uncle Star, talk Uncle Scar, who's fucking Jeremy Irons, who's Alfred in the movie, and he's gonna go like, "How you like those apples?" No, but it's like, in my personal opinion, Ben Affleck can be a pretty boy at times. He looks like a pretty boy, which is what Bruce Wayne is, and Ben Affleck could be a dick.
And he's rich.
And he's rich. He could be a dick.
Did you see Mallrats? That was a dick.
Yeah,
Wait.
which is kind of the perfect personification of what Batman is. And am I wrong?
You are wrong because listen. Batman, as brooding as he is a very complex character in the sense that it doesn't just take a playboy to play him. And I disagree on the fact that you're saying hey, you know, Ben Affleck's an end all be all.
Batman is a dick. You heard what he said to freaking Robin in like the animated series?
What?
He was like, "Oh, I had women falling all over me.
Oh, that was
what did you do?"
beyond.
He's like, "What did you do?" I stepped all over them. That's a dick move.
I'm not saying he's a fucking goody two shoes. He's the farthest thing from a Boy Scout. He's not Clark. But at the same time, I don't think Ben Affleck's the perfect choice for that. You know, I'll still fucking vouch for fucking.
All right, so
Brolin.
overall, who do you think? Who thinks Ben Affleck will succeed as Batman?
Me.
I do.
Hands down.
I'm giving him a chance.
Why?
He looks phenomenal. He looks like he was ready for the role and shit. As soon as they showed the first costume, like the picture design of the costume and him in it, you absolutely visioned it. Like, this is gonna be a
No, the costume's on point. The costume is perfection.
Yeah, like him in it though, it was like, you fit the role. You got this. If you do fuck this up, I swear to God, I will go back on my word.
Me personally, I'm on the fence. I mean, I'm withholding any judgments until I see an official trailer. But from the looks of it,
the trailer was out. What are you talking about? When he's fucking looking at
no, I mean like not a teaser, fucking, you know,
no, Bruce, I fucking don't.
A full
Your parents did though.
a full trailer that like, you know, encompasses the fucking story and shit.
Yeah.
So until I see that, then I don't know.
Technically, that's the second trailer, not the first official trailer. Because usually with the first trailer, it's mostly like a fucking teaser, basically saying that this movie's coming out.
I mean, the trailer that came out is still a teaser. Like,
Yeah, no, that's what I just said that. But I think Ben Affleck will succeed because I feel like in acting sense, that he really doesn't have anything to really lose here. Thus, he can really just give it his all. He got the pressure of being Batman, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he really necessarily cares too much about failing.
I want Kevin Smith as Gordon.
Listen,
I think more or less Ben Affleck had like his fair share of crappy movies to really go like, it's not the end of the world if he completely takes. I personally feel like he's going to be a better.
Whoa.
I feel like he's going to be a better Batman than Christian Bale.
first of all, Geely is not fucking up Batman, alright? Geely was shit. But he fucks up Batman. You're gonna have a bunch of fucking angry nerds fucking, you know, having his, how do I say this, his fucking head on a stick, you know, and they're gonna fucking rail him from inch to inch. If they're already giving him a hard time when he was announced, imagine if he fucks it up. Now, I don't think he's gonna do good, but I don't think he's gonna be the main reason why that movie fails. I think it's gonna be bad writing. I think it's gonna be a whole bunch of people in there trying to fit too much, too little time. They're gonna try and, you know, make this movie out to be something that should have taken a lot more time to be more organic. But I feel like he won't be a redeeming quality in Batman vs Superman. I think he's gonna be another negative fault to add to that.
Yeah.
All right, so you have all your opinions. Let's move on to the next question.
Yes.
Do you think CM Punk will succeed in the UFC?
Oh, okay.
Who is
so
he?
Look, all right.
I don't really watch
Judging
it.
by what I've
Judging by everything he said about the WWE so far and how he said he's going to succeed in this and be the best in the world or whatever.
Oh,
do you
that's
think
that
he'll
guy.
make it in UFC?
I think he needs Thor's
He
hammer.
said-
Especially
Well-
since he complained about his health problems in WWE. This is, I don't want to say more or less physical, but he's really going to get hit.
The reason why he complained was because the doctors still let him. He had, I believe it was an ulcer on his back,
Yeah, staff.
and the
infection.
doctors still let him wrestle and compete.
But
But he
this-
wasn't supposed to.
Oh, UFC.
Wait, that's wrestling though. Wrestling, there's been wrestlers who wrestled in far worse condition than that, man.
It's true. It's true.
A broken
It's
freaking
true.
neck.
Broken freaking neck. No,
Broken
it's true though.
freaking neck, but that's Kurt Angle.
It's a tough man.
Kurt Angle is the greatest wrestler of all time.
And Manuel.
It is a tough man's business, and
That name is not allowed to be said on this podcast.
What?
it's a tough man's business.
What
And
happened to you?
CM Punk, I think, just added that because he had sour grapes on how he was treated from there on out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, him departing from WWE in that way has to do with backstage politics.
Exactly.
Whatever happened backstage, we don't know what happened backstage, but obviously, if other wrestlers are saying the same thing,
That he was-
other wrestlers are saying the same thing that he said, it has to be true. You know?
Well, to some extent, a lot of the wrestlers were saying
To some
that
extent.
they're saying that he's a pain to work with in the back, though, too. They were saying that he was always in an attitude, that, you know, he was too verbal and he wasn't really
So
a
is he
good.
being a diva?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Once he got to that thing,
Shout out to Paige. Holla at me.
he felt like he was too good, you know, to fucking ever do it again. And people forget the main reason why he left wasn't because he was injured or wanting time off. It was because he was known that he had to work with Triple H in a program at WrestleMania,
him and
and he
Triple
felt he was bigger than that. And his pride got in the way, so he fucking
Well-
left when he didn't get the, you know, recognition he believed he
He
deserved.
understood that it was Daniel Bryan's year, but he didn't want that spot where it was him versus Triple H. Even though that's a really big spot.
Exactly.
At WrestleMania, going against the Game is a really big spot. The guy that single-handedly held the Attitude Era. That is a big
Whoa,
spot.
all right, listen, he didn't hold the attitude.
He didn't? He
No,
didn't
he
rule the
didn't.
Attitude Era with an
Get the
iron
fuck outta
fist.
here.
Benoit did.
Yo. Benoit was ruthless aggression. So,
Listen,
that was around
That's
that
after,
time.
right?
Alright.
Yeah.
Austin,
Yeah.
The Rock, and, you know,
Benoit.
shut up, John.
Benoit was ruthless aggression.
I don't care.
Listen,
Ben was in the golden age.
Triple H was still a mid-carder when it was the Attitude Era. He was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He didn't become Triple H.
That was the
well
golden
into
era.
what?
Hunter Hearst Helmsley was the golden era. Attitude Era was around the time we started using the sledgehammer.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No, it
Attitude
wasn't.
Era was DX.
No, it wasn't. Because
Yeah, you see?
his biggest rivalry in that era was against Rock for the Intercontinental title. He wasn't a main event guy at that point. He became a really big main event guy when the Ruthless Aggression came around, and he was
Ruthless
holding.
Aggression wasn't the Stephanie McMahon Helmsley era. That was the Attitude Era.
No, it was the Benoit era.
No, I'm.
My nigga. You see?
Benoit era, really, nigga?
John, shut the fuck up. All right, like, seriously. God, man.
I will grab
Anyway, we veered off too
Punk.
far. We veered off
Yeah.
too far. CM Punk is gonna get his ass fucking wrecked. He's
I'm gonna
get
give him a
his shit wrecked.
chance because they said the same thing about Brock. They said Brock wouldn't do it even though Brock was a fucking monster.
Brock's
and
a
he still
fucking-
is a monster. That guy was good at like Kurt Angle said in the former podcast that Kurt Angle had He said Brock is a freak of nature. He was good at every sport that he was ever been in.
Exactly.
So
you can't compare CM Punk to Brock Lesnar.
But
Not taking anything away from CM Punk, but Brock Lesnar is a genetic freak.
Time out. We can't just say CM Punk forever. He's a UFC fighter, so we're gonna call him by his full name, which probably not
Phil Brooks.
Philip Brooks.
I will call him CM Punk. He's a goddamn
Philip
wrestler.
CM Punk Brooks.
Nah, I'm
Philip
calling Phil
Brooks.
Collins.
Susudio. But in
He's
my
about to get the studio.
in my personal opinion, the thing is, UFC is really a wild card sport, regardless of all.
Wild cards, bitches.
Regardless of all, we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Do I hope he does well? Yes, I do hope he
Same
does
here.
well.
Nah, he
You
needs
know?
to be humbled. He's a little bitch. He needs to be
Damn.
humbled. He dragged wrestling through the mud the minute he left, talking about he doesn't care if he's the best at some fake sport. Really, that fake sport allowed you to have the opportunities you have now in life.
One thing I gotta vouch for: wrestling is fake to an extent.
Wrestling's only fake.
You step
fake
in that ring
story.
with me, I will put 4 holds on you, and guarantee you will feel it the next day. That shit hurts. Wrestling fucking hurts.
Just hitting the mat hurts. So imagine
Hell
that.
yeah, that shit hurts.
It does.
That shit fucking hurts.
No, don't tell me it hurts with that. No, it wasn't you. It was fucking. Who was it?
Matt,
Afro?
come see me in the ring, man.
Afro slammed. If you survive a slam from Afro,
Yo, oh my god.
you could survive a car accident. I guarantee you. I hope he sees this too, because it's the truth.
Well, hear this.
He slams
he
you,
can't
you
see
lose
us.
every wind follicle in your body.
Jonathan is the Marty Jannetty of our generation.
Okay, well, keep going on about the whole it's fake to an extent.
What do you mean?
What you were just saying before you veered off into going.
Oh, it's fake to an extent. Well, what he says is, being the best in a fake sport. He can't really say that because he was the one going through the agonizing pain every week. He's drug free. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. That means he doesn't take pain. He doesn't take pain medication, which means he feels double what everybody else feels in WWE because they take pain medications afterwards.
Oh, such a badass.
So he can't say it's all fake.
Exactly. And did he not complain about the injuries he sustained from that fake sport was the reason why he left?
Exactly.
And too many people died in that fake sport, quote unquote. Eddie
Exactly.
Guerrero.
Oh, Benoit.
Anyway, Eddie Guerrero, Owen Hart, and
Benoit was a suicide genocide.
Exactly.
I mean, suicide homicide.
This is suicide
Oh.
genocide.
My bad.
How many
We
people
will,
got
listen, we will not touch
Whoa.
Benoit in this
We're not
podcast.
gonna touch
We're
that.
not talking about Benoit.
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
not
Calm
talking
down.
about
Alright,
he who shall not be named by the WWE. All right.
Top 5 DOA.
All right. We're gonna move on to the next question. Which movie will be more successful? Avengers: Age of Ultron or Batman vs Superman?
Oh man.
Age of Ultron.
Batman.
Why do you think
Age of
so?
Ultron.
I think Age of Ultron will lose a little bit of notoriety because they're releasing a lot of play. Like they're releasing a lot of trailers and a lot of like they just leaked like 2 minutes of the Hulk versus
and
Hulk
Iron Man
stuff.
fight, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's already like I seen that part. Like
Well, me personally, you can't really compare Age of Ultron to Batman v Superman because one, by the time Batman v Superman comes out, Captain America: Civil War is gonna be coming out.
Exactly.
So it's like that's gonna be
don't
forgotten.
they have a
about.
Hulk movie coming out too? Hulk Planet or whatever.
I think it's Wolverine.
No one cares about that shit. Anyway.
What?
No, I don't care about that shit as of
We're
now.
talking about these two movies.
Yeah. The thing is, regardless of all, Batman and Superman in a movie together, people are gonna lose their shit.
Because it hasn't been done before.
It hasn't been done before. Avengers, they're already going on 2, and by the time Captain America comes out, they're about to push 3.
What I fear is the backlash. Because if it's a legit Superman versus Batman movie, whoever wins at the end, there will be backlash.
Not even that. Like, you got fucking...
Freddy versus Jason type shit.
Yeah, there will be backlash. Why did Superman win? Batman beats him. All the Batman fanboys, and I swear to God, I hate every single one of you. Because
For the record, Batman whooped that ass in Dark Knight Returns.
look, I gotta say this. This is the
Old
stupidest
man
shit.
Bruce.
I'm gonna throw this out there, and it's off topic. I hate every single one of these Batman fanboys. The reason why, he needs prep for every fucking game. No. But some people will say it flat out. He'll beat that person. Batman is not beating Flash. I don't want to hear it.
Man,
Without prep,
first of
he's
all,
not beating Flash.
we're not gonna waste time talking about a B superhero like the Flash, alright?
If Superman was standing next to Batman right now, and they were talking about how to beat Apocalypse, and Superman just decked him in the face for no reason.
Wait. We talk about
Apocalypse is from Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It could be anybody. You see, I just threw it out there. It could be anybody. If you're Batman and I'm Superman, and I'm standing next to you and like,
Didn't he do that?
this nigga Darkseid's right here. What do we do? And you're talking, you're formulating a plan, and I go boom, and I punch you in your face, and you're dead. That's it. I ruptured your fucking body. That's it. You're exploding. You're not gonna stop it. Batman is human. In the end of the day, he's human.
But why does he not deserve more props for beating people who have 10 times the more ability?
He
than
has
him?
the props, but the thing is, I'm saying in the spar of the moment, he's not beating them. That's it. If he knew
You mean
a
spur.
week from now I'm gonna fight Superman, then.
So
how much more does that hurt you when he has that prep time that he does whoop that ass though? Like,
I mean, he could.
Like-
The prep time is cool. All right, cool. That's cool. Everybody can beat Superman with a green rock.
what? That is bullshit.
No.
Everybody can beat him with the green
In some,
rock.
if I'm not mistaken, in some universes, I think a lot of them now, he's kind of grown in immunity to kryptonite. Like Superman is fucking
He only has
God.
He's absorbed so much fucking sun.
Exactly. He has so much of Earth's atmosphere pretty much incorporated in his upbringing. That's why he's weak to kryptonite. It's not because it's an inherent, weakness. It's because of his
Yeah,
upbringing.
because that's his planet's national rock or whatever.
It's his fucking. But that aside, Age of Ultron, I feel, is gonna do maybe more business, but definitely he's gonna have better reviews in my opinion. I think that the standards are set too high for Batman versus Superman, and regardless of how well they do or how bad they do, I feel they're still gonna get the same amount of bad backlash because you can't please them. It's too big of icons. People are gonna be like, this wasn't the right Batman. This wasn't the right Superman. People hated Man of Steel, and I thought that was a great movie. I thought Zal was fucking on point. Fiora was an actual credible threat.
When he killed him at the end was good.
Exactly. People were nitpicking.
I will find him.
That was a beautiful scene. Fucking people were nitpicking. Oh, he destroyed too much of the fucking skyscrapers. This movie sucked balls. Blah, blah, blah.
That shit was fucking
Like,
hilarious.
are you fucking serious? This guy's fighting people who are, alien monsters at this fucking point. And what do you want? A calm fight in Central Park? Like, I feel like
They want the heat scene when Al Pacino takes Robert De Niro to the diner.
Where would that movie take place? Where did that movie take place?
What?
Superman.
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Metropolis.
Like,
That's
a legit city, right?
No.
no, it's just
LA.
a comic book.
Only Gotham's real, right?
Metropolis.
Gotham's real.
Metropolis is LA.
Gotham's a real-
Gotham is either Detroit or New York, depending.
Oh.
Metropolis is LA?
Metropolis is a fictional city.
Oh,
No, but it's like
We know that, John.
Alright, so let's move on to the final question. Who's better, Marvel or DC?
Marvel?
Okay, it sounds like you're the only one who thinks Marvel.
I can't. I'm slowly breaking into comics. It's just like I broke into more DC first. Like the first one I actually picked up on myself. Jonathan told me to read Dark Knight Returns, which I fucking loved. And then from there, I read something called Nemesis, which was DC. And I still want to smack you for that, but we'll get to that later.
I think Jamie's the only one here that will heavily be on Marvel.
Yeah.
I never read that.
But Marvel characters are relatable. That's DC's biggest flaws.
Whoa.
What are you talking about? I like
you
Green
can
Lantern.
relate to a billionaire playboy who at nighttime
Green Lantern.
goes out and punches criminals in the face.
First of all,
Batman got
whoa. First of all, don't mistake me with one of these Batman fanboys. All y'all know I'm the first one to tell you how much I fucking hate Batman.
I hate Batman.
Batman's a white boy who's fucking rich.
Exactly.
I'm a Puerto Rican from the Bronx. Where do you see the correlation?
But that's what I'm telling you. Race aside, the characters, the way they're written, they're not relatable to a lot of extent, like especially Superman. And I know you hate it every time I bring up this topic with you, aside of this podcast. Superman is the least relatable man there is. He's an ideal
Actually,
at best.
I can relate to any of the Lanterns, actually.
Superman
What?
can be the most relatable.
Green Lantern, I can relate to.
How so?
Unyielding willpower to do whatever you can, depending on how much will and effort you put into it.
Boom. Listen,
I know my superhero.
so do I.
That is my favorite superhero, so I can tell you how I relate to the bastard.
I'm just saying, like, DC, especially like when they were up and coming and competing with Marvel head on, and for a while they were burying them. Their characters aren't really fucking relatable to me. Marvel had that edginess, but at the same time it was fun and it had real issues. They tackled a whole bunch of shit that I won't go on here. But for example, X-Men, the civil rights and all that stuff. While at the same time, DC is so far up its own ass that they're only concerned about how darker and edgy can we make it, how much more desaturated of a color can we make in their movies. And
So who do you relate to in Marvel?
it's fucking Spider-Man. Peter Parker is like hands down the most relatable character on Marvel. He's a fucking kid from.
Because I see you relating as Flash.
As
I can see you
Flash?
as Flash, yeah.
How so?
Because you crack jokes, you look like you could run fast.
No.
I can tell you for a fact he doesn't run fast.
Oh really? Because we were tied until you fucking went Max Turbo.
Well, in my personal opinion, this might sound crazy. I think Superman, metaphorically, can be very relatable. Because if you really look at it, Superman is really a fucking outcast. How many of us have been outcasts at some point or another?
Jimmy, you can sit here and tell me that you never feel like an outcast?
Shut the hell up.
With your
My
bitch.
planet was destroyed.
Every Marvel character is a fucking outcast if you want to go that way though. All the
A
heroes
lot
are
of DC characters are outcasts. The majority of superheroes are outcasts.
That's like a requirement from every.
Al Rayner's wife was killed and
Right?
stuffed in a fridge.
Peter was started as a fucking kid. All right, he got fiddled in his diddle. All right, don't you come at me with that. Like,
No, I think it's like, well, here's the point. It's like you say that
Professor X had unrequited love for Jean Grey when she was 15. All right, there's some real dark shit that goes on in Marvel, but they don't fucking hold on to that. They don't let it weigh it down. You know, they're still fun. And that's what I love about Marvel.
It's fun.
Superman was buried by Doomsday.
Pedophiles are fun.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying don't ever have anything dark. Don't just just fluff it up with rainbows and happiness. But
Rainbow Girl.
take a
Fucking squirrel girl.
Color fucking kid.
Marvel has a squirrel girl that kills everyone.
Squirrel
What kind
girl
of
for president.
shit is that?
Squirrel Girl really just
What
wanna-
kind of philosophical shit is that?
Well, the fact that
If you believe.
Can you relate to Squirrel Girl?
Yes, I fucking can. All right, you ever go to the
I'ma
park and be
jump
like, you know
Thanos
what?
in the face.
Fuck yeah, these squirrels are the shit. Like,
Jimmy went to a park one time. He's like, you know what? I'll keep some nuts.
oh,
Climb up a tree.
I know you ain't talking.
Want me to squirrel now, Jimmy?
Yeah, let's go with that, Bruce Jenner.
Oh my fucking lord.
All rights reserved.
Oh, if you get that
Copyright
reference.
claims, all that.
What I was gonna say, what you were saying about DC not being relatable because of like some of the statures of the certain superheroes. Look at Marvel. Iron Man, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. The only real redeeming factor, he's a fucking alcoholic,
He's the Batman of Marvel.
basically. But
Nah.
Without the
I don't feel that way. I feel like maybe.
Nah.
he has the money to buy all his shit. Well, actually, does Batman make his shit?
Time
Does
out.
he make stuff?
on top of that,
His company
Tony
does.
Stark
Take
makes
away-
stuff.
I think
Wait,
his company
take
does.
a no, take
Okay, so
take away,
I'm
take
pretty
away
sure Batman's
everything.
made his own shit from time to time.
Iron Man is
So-
human at the end of the day. The majority of Marvel isn't.
Wait, are you talking about because they're mutants and shit? What
But
about
like,
that?
at their
Well,
character though is
That's
different.
what
I
I'm
mean, what other
arguing.
human character in Marvel is there?
Because look, because fucking Iron Man, right? Iron Man fucking takes Civil War.
Yeah.
He's the fucking he's spearheading the fucking Registration Act.
Yeah.
Get yourself out there.
Punisher's a human.
Batman would be fucking completely against that. So
Yeah.
that right there, like tells you where the characters differentiate.
I think more or less with
But Punisher reminds me of Batman too.
Punisher's a
He has,
fucking
like, weapons and
psychopath.
shit. What happened?
Punisher's a psychopath.
Punisher's a thug, okay?
Or Deathstroke. That's
The
what
Punisher
Deathstroke
persona did not fucking come from his fucking family getting killed. It was in Nam.
Man,
God.
like, he like I was going to say that actually. Like your man's wiped out his whole platoon just because he didn't want to leave. Type of
He didn't want to leave Nam, so he killed his commanding officer to stay a little longer.
like who the fuck does
When his
that?
family got killed, that just triggered back the Nam nigga.
It's just like he goes like I
mean
just
Vietnam?
yeah.
Listen,
Oh.
I'm not saying Marvel is free from its idealistic characters, aka Captain America, who's pretty much one giant American flag. But
Miracle.
Well, actually, now he has wings.
well, he's always had wings.
No. Now he has wings.
Okay, it's Falcon.
He's
Yeah.
Falcon. Yeah, that's the sexiest.
Oh
Captain
no,
America
but
I've
like
ever seen in my life.
I mean, in the
Fuck
sense
that.
like
That's Beast. He has a bird that attacks you, and you get hit, and then he flies and throws a shield at you like, ha!
I know this is
Brace
completely
Strowman.
this is completely
That shit's beast.
opinion based argument, so none of us can really win
I
this.
can relate to that Captain.
But
America.
I'm
Fuck
just
that.
saying, growing up, I grew up with Marvel. Marvel was the one that raised me, and I did watch Batman animated adventures.
Yeah,
Nothing
of
to
course.
Marvel.
And I tried to get into the Superman cartoon. It just didn't do shit for me.
I didn't.
It was, for me, growing up, I was like, you know what? I like Peter Parker. I would want it to be Peter Parker. I never wanted to be Superman because it really boils down to the fact that when has, besides Doomsday and maybe Darkseid, when does Superman ever feel like he's in danger? That's my biggest gripe with DC. None of these characters ever feel in danger. And in Marvel, most of the time, the guys are getting their ass handed to them on a daily fucking basis.
Look like the squad captains and bleach and shit, just
Serious.
getting their ass beat.
Like,
Don't even bring that shit up.
I
Don't
love,
even bring fucking Bleach up. I don't want to hear that.
I fucking
shit.
love Batman to
We
death.
gotta fill one more question into this.
No,
shit.
fuck that. We're not touching bleaching this shit.
No. We gotta fill up that chapter that
No.
came out.
We can do that for another podcast.
Yo,
I'm just saying, I love Batman to death, but I don't think Batman would ever be in danger unless he's getting, fighting Joker or,
Nah. I mean, Batman's had like moments where like he slipped up and shit. Like fucking finding Zaz, or like the first time he met Zaz was able to creep up on him, and that was because of fucking Bane releasing the fucking inmates of Arkham.
Exactly, though. It wasn't just a one-time thing, but like Batman's weaknesses come from the people around him, not Batman himself. Batman's usually in danger because someone got kidnapped or someone fucked up. It's like, hey, it's Robin. What you doing, buddy? I got kidnapped again. Boom, crowbar. Like, Batman himself is never like in a predicament. Maybe the last one that came out, Death of a Family.
Well, technically that was more or less everyone else got kidnapped and he had to go over there. So that kind of reiterates your point. At least with Death of the Family, which was fucking awesome. I'm
a Marvel guy through and through, so I go down for Marvel.
Well, the thing is, I can't really choose because like I'm slowly getting into DC. The only real Marvel comics I'm like consistently reading is the Magneto comics, and that's to me has been written phenomenally. And like the way they're going with Magneto, your man is a fucking problem. And it's like he's one of the, it's like reminds
he's a great character.
Yeah, it's like he's one of the most interesting characters I like ever like read. Compared to like some of the other characters I read in DC, like give or take Blue Beetle or Darkseid, or like some characters that they'll try to give a own comic book to, but it really didn't work. To be honest, I don't know. Like I'm not really that interested in the Catwoman comics.
Me neither.
I'm not.
Man, dude, she killed Black Mask.
Exactly, she's pretty good, man.
But fuck Black Mask. Black Mask is a fucking salty ass nigga. They got mad because he got out hustled by Bruce Wayne. All right, let's not act like your man.
Exactly. Let's not open this can of worms here.
Because you are so far out your depth right now.
Yeah, seriously. I'm about to say like, we'll defend Black Mask.
Black Mask is that nigga. But anyway,
John.
But it's like it's just with me. It's like I'm slowly getting into. I can't choose. I just happen to read more DC than Marvel.
Agreed. Same here. I started off with Green Lantern, and I only read Green Lantern. I'm so serious. I only read Lantern. I read a lot of other stuff too, but I mainly focus on the emotional spectrum of lanterns. That's it. Like, that's it. Nobody's beating a lantern. I don't give a fuck.
not real.
What they say.
Image. Nah.
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. Nah. No, it's not.
Apocalypse.
I mean, mine is similar to Matthews and Austin's. Like, I've read DC longer, than I've read Marvel or whatever. And I'm not saying DC doesn't have its faults, just like Marvel doesn't have its faults,
Fucking God damn it.
But anyway, so like, I can't really choose which is better. I prefer DC. But, I'm not gonna sit here and say Marvel, doesn't have, it's fucking, it's props and shit.
I mean, Marvel is a great universe. Like, one of the shits I've read from one of the fucking story arcs I've read from Marvel was, it's Age of Apocalypse one, and Apocalypse is my fucking favorite villain ever because that nigga's just an asshole, and he's more conflicted with himself. That's why he always manages to lose. Is because he's so cocky. He's such this supreme perfect being. He can't figure out human interaction very well. It's like Sherlock in a way, And to me, the way they wrote that was just fucking great. Okay, I'm gonna stop. God, she's staring at me like she's about to fucking kill me.
Could cut off at a certain time, but there you have it, guys. It's our first podcast. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have anything else that you'd like to hear us talk about, please feel free to suggest it in the comments.
Swag.